The battle of destiny. A battle is confrontation. A destiny is God's provision for each person that is born. God has designed each person's trajectory. The friend you will have, the wife you are supposed to marry, the church you are supposed to join, even the money that is your life budget is prepared in advance, but man's destiny is opposed by the devil. I remember when I was till 6 years old, my grandfather came from the village to tell my parent that I should be enthroned as the chief of the village. My father was against this proposition, for this meant initiation into witchcraft and black magic. This all things was a tactic by Lucifer to deviate me from my destiny. He knew I had a call to serve God, but he has failed in his attempt, for the Lord hardened the heart of my father. But the devil did not give up. When I was in university studying agronomy, I met a doctor. At the time I was a Christian, but I was a retrograde. I had deviated from the Lord and my faith in Christ had already crumbled. In that period of darkness the enemy came again, and I was seduced by a so-called spiritual master, who kept telling me, "You need knowledge, I will teach you, and you will become a spiritual master." But in order to become a spiritual master you must learn mastery and control. As you learn to become a master you will develop simplicity, tenderness, strong discretion, self-control. These are the qualities that are prerequisite to becoming a spiritual master. I am not the one who sought this master, it was him that came to seek me and establish a connection, because I had a star and I had a call from God. This man was calm, simple, wise, but deep darkness dwelt in him. He told me, before opening your spiritual eyes you must be taught for 6 years. He began to tell me things about my life that I did not know. The man had extreme knowledge. This man knew how to operate too many instruments and appliances. He was able to speak many languages of the world. I asked him, "How can you speak so many languages?" He told me, "It's simple. If only you accept to become a spiritual master, I will teach you how to reach that level." I am able to speak many languages, for one day I left my body and traveled to the place where the Tower of Babel was. When I got to the site of this tower where God confused the language of human, I took a stone called epidemy and placed it on my tongue, and upon incantation I became able to speak many languages of the world. When I heard this I was seduced and I told him, "I want to become a spiritual master like you." His training was called the primordial wisdom. He told me, "You need 6 years of training in primordial wisdom, with exercise, and when you have reached mastery you begin the practice. You are to become a spiritual master, that is why you need mastery and self-control." He told us, "You can control your money, your wife and children. Unless you develop self-control you don't control nothing." These teachings were tough because we were trained to become spiritual master. Whenever people came to him in order to become rich and get promotion in life, he was doing formula for them and they got what they wanted. But he was telling me, "These people are fools, you cannot make these mistake. There is nothing good in that money, for it is not normal money, it's a problematic money. There is danger in that money." The man insisted, "Being a spiritual master means handling great power. If you don't have self-control, how will you handle great power? You will cause damage. A master cannot be fighting and screaming in the street. He cannot fight with his wife at home, that's a lack of self-control. A spiritual master must have mastery over his emotion and must have serenity and calmness. A spiritual master cannot manifest fear, panic, whatever the situation before him. He will remain calm and serene." A course that was taught by this master was called emotion, which took us a lot of time. Emotion are intense feeling that animate men. It can be anger, sadness. One day we study anger, what it does in people life, and how to manage anger. The consequence of anger. When a man get angry, what happen in the spiritual world? In fact, when a man get angry, the door of his life opened in the spirit. This attract demon. When the anger intensify, a dark liquid will begin to flow from the man, and demon rush in great number to suck this liquid, which is anger, in form energy that feed demon, and enable demon to harass the man that is angry to act and do something violent that he will regret. We were taught not to be angry, not to sleep with anger, and not to be sad and not to manifest emotion, but to control them. You must always be serene and calm, he said. We were doing exercise of self-control. These teaching made me calmer, very observant, but hypocritical. I did not speak a lot but observe a lot. The Master said to us, you must prepare yourself for the test of self-control. I will create circumstances to see how you react, whether you have acquired self-control or not. But there were days where the Master was saying to me, I have the impression that one day you will serve God, because he saw my star. There were 100 people in this training, including Catholic priest, politician, army leaders. I was the first student to reach mastery and control, the kind of control that Catholic priest manifest. We even exceeded that. I mean, you can insult me but I would feel no pain. You can steal my money right in front of me but I feel nothing, as if nothing has happened. I went through exercise that enable me to bear the good and bad without reaction because of the degree of control and mastery of myself and my reaction. The Master kept insisting, you must have mastery and control, for you will be able to look at people bag and see the money inside. Money will disappear if you don't have self-control. People will suffer. For one day a student of this Master had an issue with a member of the diaspora, and when they argue, this student did magic formula. As a result, when his opponent was sleeping, all the furniture of the house ended up in the street, yet the door of the house was closed. He told the member of the diaspora, I told you that I will show you. You see now. When the Master learned this, he came and said to his student, why did you do this? This is the reason why I said you must have mastery and self-control, so that you won't act this way when you are provoked. The Master suspended him. When the student went back home, he saw that all the notes that he took in his notebook for 6 years were erased in unexplained way, for all the pages of his notebooks became blank, as if there was never notes written on them. Then the Master entered this student conscious and subconscious, and he erased from his memory the knowledge that he had acquired and left him blank. This is the high level of magic we face. The first course I was taught was spiritual anatomy. That lasted 6 months. We learn the roles of spiritual eyes, spiritual ears, and spiritual noses, power of words and where does word well. The second course was bibliomancy, for the Bible is the book of judgment. Spiritual master that have not mastered the Bible are of lower level. We learn to judge people and condemn them through the Bible. Bibliomancy meant biblical interpretation according through Satanic perspective, meaning the Bible can be explained according to the Spirit of God and also through Satanic inspiration, inverting the Bible. In bibliomancy I was interested by the course of the 3 wise men. These were Balthazar, Alta and Melchior. When we asked the Master, how do you know the name of these wise men? He said to us, the magic and primordial knowledge I am teaching you come from the 3 wise men, who are the precursor of magic that predominate the world. These were astrologer. Astrology is magic. The study of stars. Astrologers know people's destiny through the star in the sky. They can identify you through the star in the sky and reveal what you have come to do as mission in the world. Astrology is connected with a dimension of Satan called the world 999, the kingdom 999 is the world of transcendence. I mean, when someone is about to be born in the world, his spirit cross this dimension, where giant demons are able to identify people who came with God mission to save humanity and defeat the kingdom of Satan. They identify people's stars and investigate what they came to do in the world. This is not the Bible, it's what I learn in bibliomancy and primordial wisdom, where we learn that when Moses was not yet born, his star was seen in the kingdom 999 by giant demon of that dimension. These giants' spirit transmitted information to the magician of Pharaoh, telling them that there is a baby that is to be born. He is a great person that will liberate the children of Israel. You must promulgate a law that kill male-born baby. Another course we learn was the command of the wind, and we were told that Jesus was a master in this domain because he was commanding the wind. We learn concentration, mutation and astral projection and travel. There was a course where he taught us to be that man has 2 sequence, 2 faculty. He is a transmitter and a receiver. You should be able to transmit and to receive. You are a transmitter and a receiver, he said to us. You will enter the crowds and begin to sing in your heart with concentration. And people would end up singing the song that you are singing in your heart, because you have broadcasted and transmitted signal that people will capture. I could transmit a particular thought in a wavelength and different people receive it. I can write your name, do numerical calculation with your name, and the sum will be the number of your frequency. where I would think a particular thought in my heart, and these thoughts will be transmitted in your mind, for I am operating as a transmitter or server, and you have become a receiver. Being a transmitter, I can dictate your behavior. I can send you a thought in your mind to leave home, get a bus and go to a particular destination. You may think it's your own thought, but you are only a receiver. You are dictated and remote control. Another course I learned to be a receiver. I mean, through concentration I could capture the thought of particular person, because I had NTU wavelength where I am capturing your thought. We study 5 elements of nature: air, water, fire. We study sexuality, the danger and good side of sexuality. The last teaching was the astral world. The master that was teaching us was characterized by humility, simplicity, a man erased, to a point that a Christian would admire his way, for the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of light. My master was wearing the lamb cloth in order to attract even the believer, but he was a wolf. Luke 16:8.